Welcome to Day or Night Exotics TV. I'm Dale Tonight. On this reptile orb, we're going to take a good look at all 6 of my ball pythons. Just going to give general information on when I got them, where I got them from, what years they hatched, that sort of thing. This is a request video from Frankie Cato. Wanted to see all my ball pythons in my collection up to this date, which is March 2015. So just going to run through these 6 ball pythons real quick. And if you haven't checked out Frankie Cato's page, he has some really sweet snakes. So if you're looking at this, definitely want to go check out his animals. And like I said, he gave me the idea of doing this one. So let's hop right into this one. All 6 of my ball pythons. Enjoy, guys. We'll be going in the order in which I got them, and I'll just give you basic information on kind of relative size. All these guys just ate a few days ago, so their weights are probably a little different than I remember the last time I weighed them. So I'll give you a kind of an estimate of what their size is, and I'll tell you where I got them from, and general information about them. We'll go through them pretty quickly. Right here, this is Coraline. She is a normal ball python. She's the first one I ever owned. Got her at the St. Louis Reptile Expo from a really good dealer that I usually buy snakes from. So this one here is I've had her for about a year. She's a 2013 hatchling, late 2013 hatchling. So she still got a little ways to go. She's around 355 grams, close to 400 grams right now. She just put on a little bit of weight now that she's is getting warmer here. She's actually very pleasant. She's had some serious shedding issues, and these tubs here, you probably read it on the box. This is a reptile. This is my shed box that I put my ball pythons in if they shed. So you're not actually won't see them in their actual tubs. I'm working on a custom-made rack system for them. So right now they're just in tubs, but that's in another room. Right now we're in the tarantula room, and this has better lighting. I have my workbench in here, so it's just better to film them. Like I said, this one is actually very pleasant. She's had some shedding issues in the past, but the bigger she gets, the better she gets at it. So she actually doesn't have any shedding issues at all right now. Finally shedding one piece the last time. Not the biggest of eaters. That's why she's still sitting at under 500 grams. Even though I've had her for a little over a year now, but she'll put on the weight. She's just not the biggest of eaters, and hopefully she'll be putting on some weight this year. I'm gonna try to feed her a lot more and see if I can get her a little bit more consistent with her feedings. But she's awesome, and like I said, normal ball here, and we'll move on to the next one. Next is Parker. He's a male spider ball python picked up from BHB Reptiles. I got him about 3 months after I got Coraline last year. He's a 2014 hatchling, and actually I think he's a late 2013 hatchling. Him and the next one I'm going to show you, I believe, are both late 2013 hatchlings. And as you can see, he's in a very, very deep shed. The the trademark green eyes you see on these guys, you can see that's completely fogged over. He'll be shedding very, very soon. He is a great eater. I have no problems with this guy ever eating at all, and he always sheds very well. He is my favorite of my ball pythons. He's actually my favorite pet in my collection. I don't know what it is about this guy. I just love him. He's just so docile, and he's just no trouble out of this guy ever. So it's just cool to always be able to handle him and deal with him. I won't mess with him too much here because he's, like I said, in pre-shed. But he's just so pleasant, and he puts on weight very well. He's over 500 grams right now. I mean, this guy can eat like a beast. He has no problem. I mean, he put on weight very quickly, and you can just see just underneath this guy. This is a very clean snake from a very clean line from BHB. So with these types of snakes, I always recommend, if you're a beginner and you want something other than a normal, to go ahead and get yourself a spider or what I'm about to show you next. Pretty much all my ball pythons are just your staple ball pythons in your collection, especially when it comes to breeding. So I don't have anything too crazy outside maybe a couple, but most of these guys are pretty straightforward, and these guys are my pets. Even if these guys didn't breed, all 6 snakes you're going to see here I would have owned anyway, because these are just my favorite morphs and affordable morphs and paint jobs, and this guy is no exception. The spider is one of my favorites, and I'll be getting a female spider just for the hell of it, just because I just love the paint job, and I love the green eyes, and these guys can eat, and they just look awesome. So like I said, this is not only my favorite python in my collection, but he's also my favorite pet and animal in my collection. I mean, this guy's just amazing. He's my bud. Love this snake. So we'll move on to the next one here as we take one last look at him. And like I said, he'll be getting ready to burst through that shed literally probably in the next few hours. So I mean, he's ready to go. About a month after getting my spider, I got this pinstripe male from BHB Reptiles. This is Bane, and this guy, unlike the spider, now this he's kind of going into a shed, a pre-shed now, but he doesn't pound food like my spider. This guy is not a big eater, as you can see. He's probably, if he's lucky, close to 300 grams if he's lucky, but he might be around 250 right now. I mean, he's a skinny little guy, and he was born the exact same time as the spider. He's a late 2013 hatchling, and what's cool about this guy though is that he's very, very curious little snake, but you know, he's not a big eater. But he's an awesome snake. He's also one of my favorites in my collection. He's a beautiful little guy. I just wish he would eat a little bit more. He has no shed issues at all, ever. So that's a plus for him. If he's not going to eat, at least he's going to be shedding well, and he's very pleasant. And it's a very quiet little snake. I mean, you know, he doesn't hiss. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. When he was younger, he was a little feisty, but now that he's getting bigger, he's chilling out. He did eat the other day, so maybe I'm making a turnaround with that. He just doesn't like big food items. He likes smaller items, but and also his colors right now very, very muted. When this guy sheds, he looks insane. I mean, he just looks absolutely amazing. But as you can see, he's very shy. He's trying to bury himself in that right now. He is the shyest of all my snakes, period. But he's awesome. Really love this guy, and he's a big part of my future breeding project. So got to get this guy up to size, which I think this year he'll probably put on his weight pretty well. He took down some food the other day. He doesn't like to strike. I have to lay it in there, and he'll eat it later on. It's a trick that's been working for me. So you probably won't ever see this guy in a feeding video, but he's an awesome addition to my collection, and I love this guy. Like I said, without even breeding him, this is one of the paint jobs I had to have in my collection, and I'm pretty satisfied with the male pinstripe. I probably won't get a female unless I get a good deal, because I'm pretty happy with this guy. So let's move on to the next one. Pat-Me is a female pastel yellow belly. I got her from the St. Louis Reptile Expo, the same breeder that I got my normal female from, the first snake you saw. It's the same dealer, and I really love those guys. They have some really, really nice looking snakes for a really good price, and this one is no exception. She is insanely beautiful. Really like her clean patterns. This is another one that's about to go into pre-shed. She can eat very well. She just hasn't put on the size yet. She's a 2014 hatchling. I would say around June, somewhere around in there. early 2014, somewhere around there, I think in the spring. But she's actually another one of my favorites in my collection. She's a little skinny right now. She put a meal down the other day, but she's still getting up to weight. She's around close to 200 grams. She's still very little. This is one of the paint jobs I had to have in my collection. I love the pastels, and this is one of the ones I absolutely love in my collection. I love that pattern on her head. That's probably the most unique pattern on a head for any of my ball pythons. I just love that thing. She just looks amazing with that accent on her head. And like I said, she's gonna be putting on some size here this year. I'm gonna pump her up pretty good this year. She can really eat, so it won't be an issue at all. But all my snakes haven't really been eating during the cold season, so it's gonna be cool to get these guys some food in them over the next few months and start bulking them up. She can actually put on some weight fairly easy. She's not the biggest snake. When she eats something, she doesn't. I mean, her metabolism right now. I mean, she just can pound those things, and she doesn't put on much weight. So, but she doesn't regress in weight. She's been getting bigger, so that's a good. I can see. This is the first time I've had her out, and she's moving pretty well, and she's got some weight to her, so that's pretty good. You can see the blushing on her. She's absolutely amazing. This is a very clean pastel. It's not one of the dirtier looking ones you get from a pet store or something. You can tell it's been bred from a really good line, and she's going to be an insane addition to my breeding projects in the future. And I fell in love with this girl the moment I saw her. So even without breeding, I would have gotten her. She's an awesome snake. And like I said, she's in pre-shed right now. So again, this is another one when she sheds, she is just electric. She looks amazing. So very happy to have this young lady. Spock is a male butterball python, and he actually came from the St. Louis Reptile Expo, even though I didn't pick him up there. There was a young lady who bought him from the St. Louis Reptile Expo, actually from the same dealer I got my pastel from and my normal ball python, Coraline. And she needed to downsize in her collection, and she was offering this guy up for sale, so I jumped on him. The moment she sent me a picture, I fell in love with this guy. And one of the features I love about this paint job is his eyes. Those eyes are amazing. And this is an awesome, clean snake. He's a very good eater. He can be a little feisty at times. Sometimes he's quick to hiss when I come into the enclosure. Sometimes that's the first thing he does is he'll hiss, but he's never tried to go at me at all. He's also in pre-shed, and when he sheds, he pops just like you would think he would with this kind of coloration on him. Now you can see the blushing and the patterns on this guy is amazing. I'm really into the butters and the Mojaves and the lessers. And yeah, Frankie, you read my mind. Getting a blue-eyed Lucy out of this guy is definitely on my radar, even though this guy wasn't initially on my radar when I was looking to purchase another snake. He just kind of came out of nowhere as far as me purchasing him, because the lady who sold me him, actually, she kind of just came out of nowhere, and I just had to jump on this guy. So he wasn't actually on my radar. But I'm definitely glad I picked him up, because he's obviously very beautiful, and he is going to definitely help with some of the breeding projects. And like I said, getting a blue-eyed leucistic all-white snake is definitely something you want to do if you can do that. I didn't break the bank for this guy. He was pretty cheap. Right now he's sitting at around, I would say a little bit under 200 grams. But this guy can really pump food. I'm going to fatten him up, and he'll be definitely one of the first males I'll put with one of the females once I figure out which projects I'm going to be working on first. So yeah, this is a very, very beautiful snake, and like I said, came from the same dealer as my pastel and my normal female, even though I wasn't there to buy it from him. still end up buying from that dealer, so that's pretty cool. Noticeable size difference here. This is Everdeen. She's a normal 66% het pied female. She's a late 2012, early 2013 hatchling. She's pushing close to 900 grams right now. She pounds food like crazy. This girl is very beautiful young lady. She's also going into a pre-shed, and I really needed a girl that was over 800 grams this year, so I could start some projects sooner rather than later. And since I have so many smaller females, I definitely this year want to get some bigger ones, at least 2. So this was a check off the list, and the fact that she's 66% het pied, I'll take those numbers, you know, but mainly I got her because she's a big normal female, and I love how dark she is. You can definitely see that she has some black pastel in her. She is an amazing looking snake. I love the, you know, her blushing and her patterns on her are just amazing. She's just gorgeous, and she's, like I said, well started, and I will have no problem getting her up to weight for breeding. So that's just the best thing about it. The 66% het pied thing. The het pied thing is great, but for me, I just needed a female who was over 800 grams, so I can start, so I can really get some projects going sooner rather than later. So she is welcome just because of that. If I ever get a het pied out of her, that's just a bonus, but that's not initially why I bought her. Even though I love the pied paint job, the gene, that's one of the things that are on my radar, no doubt. But this lady is just amazing. I mean, she's just beautiful for a normal ball python. So I'm very happy to have her, and like I said, she's gonna be going with one of my males here. I'm not gonna be buying any more males for a while. I got 3 that need to get up to size first, which they're pretty close. But right now I gotta concentrate on getting some more females, especially the ones that are well started and can be breeding a lot faster than some of my other females who are barely and struggling to push 300 grams right now. So as you can see, like I said, this girl sitting still, that's not in her DNA. She's always on the move. Hope you guys enjoyed this reptile orb. If you're looking to see some more videos from DKE TV, go to my Day or Night Exotics TV YouTube channel page and subscribe while you're there. Look over the playlist, see if you like any of the other series I have on tarantulas, other reptile vids I have on my frogs and my geckos, all that stuff. You'll find all that on Day or Night Exotics TV channel page. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at Day or Night. I'm always posting pics, and I post all my videos there, and unique pictures and things that I will never show on YouTube. I take a lot of photos of my animals, so if you want to see a lot of those photos, I definitely want to go to my Day or Night Facebook page or my Instagram, because I'm always posting stuff on there. So thanks for watching this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll keep you updated on all the ball python editions I get in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Be safe out there. Have a good one.